Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw a chibi Stormtrooper. So we're going to start at the top of the head. We're going to split the top of the head and the bottom of the face with this line that goes straight from left to right. So we're going to start right about here on the left and draw a straight line over to the right. From here we're going to draw in the glass for the eyes. So we're going to step in a little bit on the left side and step in a little bit on the right side. We're going to start by putting my finger in the middle. I'm going to start on the left side stepping in. I'm going to draw a curve for the bottom part of the left glass. I'm going to come up towards the middle, around my finger, and then we're going to come down on the right side and draw the same thing. So we're just going to mirror what we have on the left, and then just come up just shy of that line on the right. From here, let's draw in some highlight. So on the left side here, we're going to draw in a highlight circle, and on the right, we'll draw in a highlight circle. Now we can go in and color all of this area in black. Okay, so now that because I'm using a Sharpie and I'm coloring all this area in black, it's easy for me to go back and make sure that both sides are balanced. Now if I look at this right side here, it comes in a little bit. I want to pull this down just a little bit, so with my black Sharpie, it's easier for me to just go back and just smooth that out so it's better balanced on both sides. Okay, from here, I'm going to draw in the top of the head. Now the top, I want to make it quite big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger at the top here. I'm going to go straight up on the side, on the left, and then just start to curve towards my finger. So I want this to come up towards a center area. Now I'm going to come down along the right side. I'm just going to keep my eye on the curve on the left and make sure that I balance it all on the right. So I don't want it to come down too steep on the right side. I want to make sure that it's nice and smooth on both sides here. Okay, from here, I'm going to draw in the trim up above the eyes. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to step up on both sides and draw a short line across both sides, making sure that the height is the same. From here, I'm going to angle down and in on both sides. And then I'm going to connect those 2 points with a straight line going from left to right. Okay, from here, I'm going to step up above this line and draw another straight line that goes across the top from left to right. Now from here, let's go ahead and draw in the facial features. So I'm going to draw in the mouth vents. So just on the left side of the bottom part of this eye, I'm going to draw an angled line going out. I want to do this and flip it over on the right side. I'll make sure that they're balanced out, going across. Now from these sides, I'm going to come in on an angle. I want to make the bottom part of the face pretty short. So I'm going to come in on an angle on both sides, making sure that they're the same length. From here, I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. So I'm going to go up in the middle, and I'm going to curve back down on the right side. Just close that gap off there. Now I'm going to go back and just make this twice as thick, or actually more than twice as thick. I'm just going to come in and just give it some thickness, even thickness all the way around. Into the middle, and then up along the side, and then up underneath the eye there. Okay, so we got this. I'm going to go back and color this in dark afterwards, but I'm going to leave it for now. From this point, I want to come down and draw on the sides of the mask. So here, I'm just going to come down straight with a short line on both sides just to start this off, and I'm going to round out the sides. So starting on the left, I'm going to curve out. Now I'm going to come down to a bottom part of the chin, right about here. So I'm going to straighten out and come down at an angle. Let's go to the right side and draw the same thing. So I'm going to bulge out the right side. I'm going to come down to a point down in the chin area. Now from here I'm going to round out the bottoms. So rounding them out. And then I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. I'm going to curve up and come down on the inside. From here, let's draw on that little bolt on the side here. So there's a circle that goes right in here. From this point, I want to trace out in between the bottom of the chin and the mouth area with a line. So I'm going to start up on the jaw area here, drawing an angled line coming in, and then I'm going to curve up and sort of split the top and bottom in half and come right into that circle. From here, I want to draw in this side of that line. So I'm going to start here and just curve up in towards the jaw, and then along the bottom part of the mouth, there's these little lines. I'm going to draw 4 of them going in an angle this way. I'll draw 4 going down in an angle this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got that. If you want, you can go ahead and draw in a little cross hatching in here just to give it a little detail. Let's go ahead and do that. So starting from the left, I'm going to draw a series of vertical lines that are evenly spaced apart all the way across. And this will give it that sort of that mesh vent kind of look. And when you color it in, it'll look pretty cool. So I'm just going across, taking my time, just drawing a series of lines. I'm trying to keep the spacing in between as even as I can. And when I get up to this point here, I'm just going to draw a line up at the top and then continue on along the side. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead and draw on the body. So the upper torso is going to be quite short. With all my chibis, I make the body almost the same height as the head. So I'm going to draw the body down to here. So the hips, starting from this point in the chin, curve down the hips. Let's go to the right side, and curve down the hips on the right side. Let's connect those 2 points with a curve that goes down in the middle and then back up on the right side. Let's go up and just draw the belt. So we're just going to trace that curve, go across for the belt, and along the way I'm going to draw a series of lines, so vertical lines. So in the center here, I'm going to have a little sort of like a compartment. So just right of center, I'm just going to draw 2 lines side by side, and then left of center, I'll draw 2 lines side by side. In between here, I'm going to split that in half with 2 lines, and then over here, I'll split it with 2 lines. Now in the center of the chest, I'm going to draw the chest plate. You start at the lower part of the chest, and they curve up to the top. So I'm going to start on the left side, right about here. I'm going to curve up, and then down on the right side, and just flatten out as I get to the side of the chest. On the side here, there's a little insignia that kind of looks like these little lines. I'm just going to draw 4 little hash lines that go across there. Okay, so that's a simple chest. Let's get into lower torso. So in the middle, the lower torso here, I'm going to draw a short straight line down the middle. From here, I'm going to curve up and underneath the hips. We'll do the same thing on the left side like this. From here, let's draw on the inner parts of the leg. So from this point, I'm going to curve down to the heel on the left. We'll curve down the opposite way for the heel on the right. Let's draw the span of the foot. So from here, I'm going to go towards the toe. So I got a pretty long foot. I'm going to go to the right side and just block that out as well. So we're making sure that they're the same length on both sides. Let's go back to the left foot here. I'm going to draw the top of the foot going back towards the heel. So I'm going to curve the top, come down towards the heel, and then just kind of curve up. So it's a little flip at the end here. I'm going to draw a little line for the sole. So just above the bottom of the foot, I'm going to draw a line across. I'm going to color this in black. Going back up to the hip, from this point I'm going to go and draw a curve right to the top of the foot in the front there. Up here, I'm going to draw that little separator from the lower torso to the thigh. So up on the left side here, I'm going to curve down and then just kind of flatten out as I get to the back of the leg. Up here, I'm just going to color all this in black. Okay, let's draw the divider for the knee, so the knee pad up here. So starting on the left, on the top, I'm going to draw an oval, just tucked in on the left side here. So just curving around so it gets cut off at the end here. From the top, I'm going to step up a little bit, draw a curve around the top, and then flatten out at the back. So it goes to the back of the leg. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to flip this over. So starting at the front of the leg, curve around the oval, and then flatten off into towards the back. I'm going to go ahead and color the inner part in black. Okay, so we got that leg. Let's flip it over on the other side and draw the other leg. So we're going to start at the back of the heel and work our way towards the front of the foot. So back here, curve up towards the top of the foot, making sure we're about the same height, and curve down towards the front of the toe. Let's draw in the sole, starting back of the heel again. We're working our way from left to right. Draw that curve, color all that in black. From here, we're going to start again at the hips and come down towards the top of the foot. So right about here, curve around like this. We'll draw in that divider in between the hips and the legs. So starting on the inside, and curve up, and flatten out towards the front of the leg. Let's color all this in black. Let's start with the kneecap. So starting on the right side here, we're going to draw an oval that swings around and back to the front. We're going to trace the top, so stepping up a bit on the top, curve around the oval, and as we get halfway, we're just going to flatten out towards the back. The bottom part, we're going to start at the left side and then work our way around the oval. Go ahead and color all that in black. Alright, so we got the inner parts of the body. Let's finish this off with the arms. So we're going to start with the inner part of the arms. I'm just going to have the hands straight down on the side of the body. So starting up here, sort of where the chest plate is, curve the inner part of the arm out. We're going to draw the thumb in first. So we're going to draw a little bump for the thumb. In here, we're just going to draw a little bracket right in between the thumb and the rest of the hand. So from here, step over to the right, curve around that bracket, step down. We're going to do an overlap for a second finger, do another overlap. Now we're going to come up towards the elbow area. So from here, I'm just going to curve up, just kind of like that, and just kind of finish off right there. We're going to do an overlap here for the shoulder pad. So from this point, step over and draw a curve going up towards the head, and then flattening out and coming in towards the center of the chest. From this point, I want to curve up and underneath the mask for the shoulder pad. Let's go ahead and draw a little bit of detail for the arm. So from this part of the thumb, we're going to curve a line to the outside part of the hand. And halfway between this arm, we draw a curve, and we're going to draw another curve just beside it, and color that area in black. And then we're just going to draw a little pad behind the hand. So from the outside of the hand, just curving a line up and underneath that wrist line. Let's take that and flip it over on the right side here. So starting again at the side of the chest plate, we curve down towards the thumb. We'll bump out the thumb like this, draw a little bracket intersecting it. Now we're going to draw on the fingers. So stepping over towards the left, curve around that bracket for the first finger, overlap for the second finger, overlap for the third finger, coming up about halfway up the arm. So right here, now we're going to draw on that shoulder pad. Starting on the inside, curve down towards that line, and then just kind of overlap it. So it kind of passes that line there. From here, we're going to draw a curve up and underneath the chin. Let's draw that little divider here for the elbow. So curving underneath that shoulder pad, draw it twice, and we'll color that in black. Up here in the wrist, we're just going to draw a little curve like this. And then from here, we'll step in on the right, draw a curve for the back of the hand. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's a chibi Stormtrooper. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and make sure you check out our chibi playlist. I have a ton of characters in there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.